feminists out there, being aggressive and rude and generally unpleasant doesn't make you a strong woman. It just makes you annoying.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this. This was probably like, I want to say maybe about a month ago, a few weeks ago, not sure, but around that time, there was a guy, I think his name is CASHAPP on TikTok. He came out with a masculine list as a way to combat the sassy list that women came out with, right? Well, this brother has made a part 2, man, and if it was anything like part 1, I think we're going to get another good laugh in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Girls have the sassy list. This is the masculine list part 2. So if you do this, ladies, you're masculine. Girls that have a shoe size 10 or higher, masculine. Driving a manual car, masculine. What are you, Paul Walker? Talking loud in public, masculine. If you have chest tattoos, masculine. Drinking liquor straight out the bottle. What are you, fucking Captain Jack Sparrow? Masculine. If you have hair above your lip, masculine. Why do you have a mustache? If you hawk loogies, masculine. You're a dragon. If you sell drugs, masculine. If you shoot guns or fucking work a security job, you're aggressive, masculine. If you build things, Bob the Builder, masculine. If you open drinks or food with your teeth, masculine. You're a grizzly bear. Settle down. Comment, add to the list. Doesn't make any sense.
He called them chicks Jack Sparrow for drinking straight out the bottle. I'm crying, bro. He called him Bob the Builder. Hey, bro, dude is a fool. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That was funny. They said if they bite their bottle, you're a grizzly bear. Settle down. Now, I will say this, though. Like, women spitting, he said he called him a dragon. Yeah, that is, I've always found that real unattractive, man. Whenever I see a woman spit, I'm like, ugh. And I've seen more women do that as I've gotten older. So, oh yeah, that's definitely masculine. Whew. Let's continue, man. Man. I think we could all use that laugh.
I mean, anyone on the panel who said they're feminists, can you give me one way that men and women aren't equal in today's society?
Isn't there a...
Don't say pay gap. Don't say wage gap.
I was just going to say that, yeah. So go ahead, enlighten me.
So that number
There's
that
a
you're
reason
quoting
for it.
is they took the average of all the wages, didn't control any variables for time, education, salary, time spent in the job, what the job is. And then they said, well, women make 73 cents on a dollar. But if you actually adjust for a lot of those variables in some of the more recent studies they've done, they've actually found that the pay gap diminishes virtually to zero. And in a lot of urban areas, women actually tend to outperform men. And frankly, if Brian could hire the two of us and get away with paying me 75%, why wouldn't he do that? And why wouldn't the entire workforce be basically all female? Like, there's this great loophole that corporate America has that you just like get to save 25% on expenses if you hire women. So does the wage gap exist?
I just think you're brainwashed. Something.
You think I'm brainwashed?
I think that there is a lot of expectations for women to behave a certain way.
Are there not expectations for men to behave a certain way too?
Yes, there are.
I would almost argue it's easier to start a business in America as a woman. You have preferential treatment when it comes to loans, preferential hiring processes. Literally just because you're a woman, women are the majority of college graduates. Life being a woman, I feel like it's in some ways kind of life on easy mode if you play into the corporate structure. They literally have empowerment programs that they don't allow men, let alone straight white men in. There's literally a multi-billion-dollar corporate push to empower women. You know, you think I'm brainwashed, you can think that, but you also espouse an ideology that you can't even give me literally one example why you actually believe it, let alone define it, but you just slap that label on because that's what mainstream society's told you to believe. So I think you're actually the one who's brainwashed.
I'm brainwashed.
Girl, you are so based.
Thank you.
I'm the one that's brainwashed. Yeah, because you sound like the Walking Dead, literally. What the hell, man? It's so sad that we still got to have this pay wage gap discussion. And she mentioned what I say all the time. Okay, well, if they're getting away with it, then explain to me why come more women aren't working these jobs than men then. These companies could save a lot of money based on y'all theory, right? So why aren't they doing it? Especially when you consider it's actually been illegal since like the 60s or the 70s, which is not too long after y'all entered the workforce. So little bit of history for you. It just goes to show you once again, like, you know, these women don't do that. But yes, there is no pay wage gap, man. Can we please stop having this? Because she was like, please don't say pay wage gap. I'm like, I'm thinking the same thing when I'm like, I know she is not about this. I know we still ain't having this conversation. Stop it, y'all. Especially in this economy and in the realm of dating where women want men to make more than them and pay all the damn bills. Walking contradictions, bro. I come up with too many. You can't make this up. Let's keep it moving.
If he wanted to, he would. How fucking shallow and lowbrow are we that you think everything is just about want? So, okay, so then you must not want to be secure bad enough, right? If the roles are reversing, right? You must not, you're not a millionaire. Well, you must not want it bad enough. What it's doing is it's stripping away nuance and compassion and understanding of it takes bandwidth and tools. You think because you met somebody who is wildly avoidant, has serious trauma, that because they met you, all of a sudden, they now need to change all of their thought processes and behavior just because of you?
We're women. Of course we don't know what we want.
But yet you get mad when a man doesn't know exactly what you want.
We're women. Of course we're going to change our minds 500 times before we actually have to commit to the decision.
But yet you get mad when men change their minds at the last minute.
We're women. Of course we're going to overthink everything and piss ourselves off with hypothetical situations that are just in our minds.
So now you're just admitting that your craziness is in your head, but yet you're going to blame it on men probably, right?
We're women. Of course, once a month, we're going to get overly emotional about everything and blind with rage for no reason until our cycle is over.
Your monthly cycle is not an excuse for you to be angry and rageful and take it all out on the world. That just means you lack accountability and don't want to be responsible for your own reactions. And if you can't get them under control, you might want to talk to a doctor. There's prescriptions that can help you.
We're women. Of course, we're going to brag about being super independent, but then expect men to do all the yucky things that we don't want to deal with.
So you're saying you want equality, but you really don't want equality, do you? Is that what I'm hearing?
We're women. Of course, we're going to say, I don't know when you ask us what we want to eat. And then we're going to get annoyed when you don't suggest a place that we want to go to.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Toxic women openly admitting that they expect men to be mind readers.
We're women. Of course, we're going to have a headache tonight.
One of the biggest reasons for a relationship breakdown is when intimacy breaks down. So just openly admitting that you don't have a headache, you're just using it as an excuse, not a good look.
We're women. Of course we're going to nag at you continuously until you finally do the thing we asked you to do.
You openly admit that you nag. No wonder you ended up in a divorce. But please stop speaking on behalf of all women, because you definitely don't represent me.
We're women. Of course we're going to go to the salon and tell you it costs half as much as what we pay for it.
Now you're openly admitting that you're okay with lying within a relationship about finances? That's a surefire way to have every relationship end. Good luck with that.
We're women. Of course we have super supportive male friends that are always offering support in our inbox as soon as we have problems in our relationship.
So not only do you think it's okay to friend zone men and string them along waiting for you to break up, but you already have a backup plan, so the relationship is really not that important to you ever.
We're women. Of course, every time we leave the house, we spend at least $100.
All women aren't financially irresponsible. All women aren't shopaholics. And all women don't rely on material things and purchases to validate their feelings. That seems like a you problem, not a me problem. But I have one big favor. Please stop speaking on behalf of all women, because you're really making us look bad. And gentlemen, these are the red flags. Run. Have the day you deserve. Bye.
everything that that woman said is true, but you want to know the one that really stood out to me the most? I want you guys to pay attention because this is very, very important. When she said, "We're women, of course we're just gonna nag you until you give us what we want or do what we want you to do." Fellas, that has been how women ran the West for the longest now. That's why things are the way they are in the West. I think it's female nature in general, but in the West, it's on another level. And this is what everything pretty comes down to. All these discussions, everything that you're seeing, all these different podcasts, that's what it really, that's really the nature of it. Because when RP content started, there wasn't no women involved. It was a brotherhood. But now you're seeing women enter the conversation because when they're hearing things from the outside looking in and they don't like what they hear, then they're like, "Oh nah, we got to jump in on this. We don't like this. So we're going to keep nagging about these men, aka, red pillars, aka passport bros, whoever don't align with the feminine female way of thinking, and we're gonna shame them into silence. We're gonna get them banned and all that." So that's pretty much what you're seeing. Y'all let me know what y'all think about my analysis on that. Let's continue.
The logic doesn't work in reverse, though. Men have literally said they don't care if a woman has money nor a career. Men don't look at women to be providers. Well, I'm glad someone can acknowledge it for once. I'm glad this person can say what most men understand. But a lot of you don't appreciate that. So with that being said, why do you think drizzle culture is a thing now? If I do 100-0 by myself, and then you as my counterpart don't want to help me out, because as they said, like bro said, Eve was placed on here to be a helpmate. If you're not helping me, why would I want you to be my mate? Because at that point, I'm working down. I'm working way harder than I need to be. Why? Because of some looks? Because you got a kitty cat? As we know, I can go out there and get that from anyone. That's not what I want. I want to be in a relationship to build with someone. When two is better than one, but a lot of you are just looking at one. So what us drizzle culture men have started to adapt is, well, if you're not going to play your role, then I'm not going to sit up there and even entertain you. If you can't be at my standard, cool. I'll go find someone that is.
Exactly. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way I know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.